Imagine a quiet riverbank in ancient Greece. The water moves slowly, reflecting the pale morning sun. Reeds bend gently in the breeze. Birds skim the surface of the water, undisturbed by the stillness of the scene. And there, beside the river, sits a man who owns almost nothing. No house, no land, no wealth, only a simple cloak and the large clay barrel he sleeps in. This man is Diogenes. While the rest of society races for power, status, and possessions, Diogenes sits quietly watching the river flow. People pass by him every day, merchants rushing to markets, politicians chasing influence, citizens arguing about money, reputation, and ambition. Everyone seems to be running towards something. Everyone seems afraid of falling behind. But Diogenes doesn't move. He watches the water move around stones, bending, adjusting, flowing effortlessly forward. And in that simple image, he sees something profound about life itself. The river never forces its way forward. It doesn't panic when it meets an obstacle, it simply moves around it. Yet eventually, it reaches the sea. Most people live the opposite way. They push, strain, and exhaust themselves trying to control every outcome. Every plan must succeed. Every effort must produce results. Every step must move them closer to some imagined future where life will finally feel peaceful. But the more tightly they try to control life, the more stressful it becomes. Today we call this productivity pressure, hustle culture, the constant need to optimize every hour of our lives. But the Stoic philosophers understood this problem thousands of years ago. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." The Stoics believed that much of human suffering comes from one simple mistake. We try to force life instead of working with it. We try to control the uncontrollable. We cling to outcomes, approval, and expectations. And when life inevitably moves in a different direction, we experience frustration, anxiety, and exhaustion. Modern psychology has begun to recognize the same pattern. The human brain has something called a control bias, a deep instinct that tells us we must manage every variable in our environment to feel safe. But ironically, the more we chase control, the less peaceful our lives become. Because life is not a machine you can program. It's closer to a river. It moves, shifts, adapts, and sometimes surprises us. And those who fight against that current often find themselves constantly stressed, disappointed, or overwhelmed. But the Stoics discovered something powerful. You don't have to force life to move forward. You can learn to move with it, not passively, not lazily, but with a calm mind, a disciplined character, and a deep understanding of what is and is not within your control. This is what we might call the Stoic art of letting life flow. In this video, we'll explore 12 Stoic principles that help you stop forcing life and start living with greater calm, clarity, and inner peace. These ideas draw not only from Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, but also from insights that modern psychology and Zen philosophy have begun to confirm. By the end of this video, you'll understand why constantly striving can create anxiety instead of success, how attachment to outcomes quietly drains your peace of mind, and how adopting a Stoic mindset can allow you to move through life with far more calm, resilience, and clarity. Because the truth is simple. Life will always move. The question is whether you spend your energy fighting the current or learning how to flow with it. And the first Stoic principle begins with a mistake almost everyone makes without realizing it: the belief that every outcome must be forced into existence. Why modern minds can't let life flow. If you look around at modern life, one thing becomes immediately clear. almost no one knows how to relax into the present moment anymore. People wake up and immediately check their phones. They measure their progress against others. They track productivity, optimize schedules, chase goals, and constantly worry about what comes next. The modern world rewards urgency. Move faster, do more, achieve more, control everything. And at first glance, this seems reasonable. After all, ambition and discipline are valuable traits. But something strange has happened along the way. Many people are no longer working toward meaningful goals. They're simply running because they're afraid to stop. Modern psychology has a name for part of this phenomenon, the hedonic treadmill. It describes the tendency of humans to quickly adapt to success, achievements, or material gains. A promotion feels exciting for a few weeks. A new purchase brings temporary satisfaction. Reaching a long-awaited milestone feels rewarding, but only briefly. Then the mind resets, and suddenly the next achievement becomes necessary just to maintain the same level of happiness. This creates a subtle trap. People begin to believe peace exists somewhere in the future, after the next promotion, after financial security, after recognition or validation. But that moment rarely arrives, because the mind simply creates a new target. The Stoic philosophers observed this long before psychologists gave it a name. The Roman thinker Seneca warned about this restless pursuit of more. He wrote that many people are busy going nowhere. Their lives are full of activity, but empty of peace. Another problem modern life intensifies is social comparison. Every day, people scroll through carefully curated images of success, wealth, travel, achievements, lifestyles, and without realizing it, their minds begin measuring their own lives against these images. This constant comparison quietly produces dissatisfaction. No matter how well someone is doing, there is always someone doing better. The Stoics understood the danger of this. The philosopher Epictetus explained that suffering often begins the moment we attach our well-being to things outside our control. Reputation, status, approval, and external outcomes. Because the moment your peace depends on external events, it becomes fragile. This is why so many people today feel overwhelmed. They are trying to control variables that cannot be controlled. The future, other people's opinions, perfect outcomes. But the Stoic mindset begins with a completely different assumption. Peace does not come from controlling the world. It comes from understanding where control actually ends. The emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius faced immense pressure during his life. Wars, political conflict, plague, and enormous responsibility weighed constantly on his decisions. Yet in the quiet reflections he wrote to himself, he returned again and again to a simple realization. You have power over your mind, not outside events. This insight sits at the heart of Stoic calm. When you stop trying to control everything, your mind becomes lighter. When you stop chasing validation, your actions become clearer. And when you release the illusion that life must unfold exactly as you planned, something surprising happens. You become far more capable of responding intelligently to whatever life brings. This is the first step toward letting life flow. Not abandoning effort, but abandoning the exhausting belief that everything must unfold according to your design. And the first Stoic principle begins exactly there, with the discipline of stopping the constant need to force outcomes. Principle 1, stop forcing outcomes. Most people live as if every moment must be bent to their will. Plans must succeed. Goals must unfold on schedule. Efforts must produce immediate results. But life rarely cooperates with this mindset. The Stoics observed something that modern psychology continues to confirm. The more tightly you cling to specific outcomes, the more anxiety you create for yourself. When your peace depends on success, failure becomes unbearable. The philosopher Epictetus warned that people suffer not because events happen, but because they demand that events happen differently. Think about how often frustration arises in everyday life. A project doesn't go as planned. Someone doesn't respond the way you hoped. A goal takes longer than expected. The mind immediately resists reality. This shouldn't be happening. But the Stoic approach is different. Instead of forcing life into a rigid shape, the Stoic learns to move with circumstances. Like water flowing around a stone, effort remains steady, but resistance disappears. This doesn't mean abandoning goals or ambition. It means focusing on the quality of your actions, not the guarantee of a specific outcome, because outcomes are influenced by countless forces beyond your control. Effort, however, is always yours. When you release the obsession with results, your mind becomes calmer, and ironically, your actions often become more effective. This leads directly to the second principle. Principle 2, master what you control. One of the most powerful insights in Stoic philosophy is deceptively simple. Some things are within your control and some things are not. Yet most people spend the majority of their mental energy worrying about things that fall into the second category. The future, other people's opinions, global events, random circumstances. But the Stoics believed peace begins when you clearly separate these two worlds. Again, Epictetus taught that true freedom begins the moment we stop attaching our happiness to things outside our control. What actually belongs to you, your thoughts, your actions, your discipline, your character, everything else, success, reputation, timing, outcomes, exists in a much larger system beyond your command. Modern psychology calls this an internal locus of control. People who focus on their internal choices tend to experience greater resilience, lower stress, and stronger motivation. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. When your attention shifts away from uncontrollable outcomes and toward controllable effort, your mind begins to relax. Life stops feeling like a battle against the universe, and instead becomes a process of responding wisely to whatever appears. But even when you focus on what you control, another problem often emerges: desire. And this leads to the third Stoic principle. Principle 3. Simplify your desires. Human desire has a strange property. The more it expands, the more restless the mind becomes. The Roman philosopher Seneca warned that wealth does not eliminate desire, it multiplies it. Every new possession creates a new expectation. Every success raises the standard for what must happen next. Modern psychologists sometimes refer to this as desire inflation. The moment one goal is achieved, the mind quietly sets a higher one. More income, more recognition, more status. And while ambition can be useful, endless desire produces constant dissatisfaction. The Stoics chose a different path. They trained themselves to reduce unnecessary desires, not because simplicity is morally superior, but because it creates psychological freedom. When you need less from the world has less power over your peace of mind. This is why Stoic thinkers often admired individuals who could live simply and remain content. They understood that happiness rarely comes from adding more to life. It comes from needing less. And when your desires become simpler, something remarkable happens. Life begins to feel lighter. The constant pressure to achieve, accumulate, and impress others begins to dissolve. And the mind becomes ready for the next stage of Stoic calm. Because letting life flow requires something even deeper than simplified desire. It requires learning how to slow down the restless mind itself. Principle 4, slow down your mind. In our modern world, the mind is always rushing. Notifications ping, emails arrive, deadlines loom. Every thought competes for attention, pulling you in a dozen directions at once. The Stoics recognized this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The lesson is clear. Your mind is your true battlefield. You cannot control external chaos until you master internal chaos. Modern psychology mirrors this in studies on cognitive overload and attention management. When your brain is overstimulated, decision-making, creativity, and emotional regulation all suffer. The solution is deceptively simple. Slow down. Pause before reacting. Take deliberate breaths. Observe the world without immediately labeling or judging it. When the mind is slow, calm, and deliberate, clarity naturally follows. And this prepares you for Principle 5. Principle 5. Detach from external validation. Humans are wired for social approval. Evolution rewarded belonging to a tribe. But in today's world, external validation is endless, inescapable, and often toxic. Social media feeds are curated mirrors of other people's lives, constantly making you feel less than. The Stoics understood that happiness is compromised when it is tied to outside approval. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." By detaching from others' opinions, you reclaim your mental energy. This isn't about arrogance or isolation, it's about internal sovereignty. Modern psychology calls this an internal locus of control, reinforcing resilience, self-esteem, and focus. When your peace depends on your own standards, your fear, jealousy, and insecurity lose power. This sets the stage for Principle 6, which integrates the mind with the unpredictability of life. Principle 6. Accept uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable. Wars erupt, markets crash, relationships fail, and pandemics sweep across the globe. Most people resist this truth, clinging to certainty, which only amplifies anxiety. The Stoics taught that uncertainty is not the enemy, fear of uncertainty is. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Modern behavioral science confirms this. Intolerance of uncertainty is a key driver of anxiety disorders. Accepting that you cannot predict every outcome allows your mind to stop overreacting to the unknown. Embrace unpredictability, prepare mentally, act wisely, but release attachment to outcomes. This is the essence of flow, the calm under pressure that the Stoics valued above all else. With these first 6 principles, your mind begins to quiet, your attention sharpens, your reactions slow, and your inner calm grows, setting the stage for the next set of Stoic disciplines. Before we dive into the next principles, take a moment to notice something. You're still here. Most people would have scrolled past by now. Most would have given up, distracted by their phones, their worries, or the noise of the world. That shows something powerful about you. It means you value your mind, your growth, and your ability to remain present. So if you haven't yet, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. You're not just supporting this channel, you're committing to your own mental mastery. And now, back to the video, because the next principle takes calm to a whole new level. Principle 7. Let events reveal themselves. The first 6 principles prepare your mind to act with composure. Now it's time to let life unfold without forcing outcomes. The Stoics believed that events have their own natural rhythm. Trying to push against it creates stress, but observing and adapting creates power. Marcus Aurelius noted, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." Modern psychology calls this cognitive flexibility, the ability to adjust thinking when situations change. People who master this experience less stress and make better decisions under pressure. Flow comes when you act in harmony with reality rather than constantly resisting it. This principle naturally leads into the next, where emotional mastery becomes your weapon. Principle 8. Resist emotional reactivity. Most suffering arises not from what happens to you, but from how you react. A slight insult, a traffic jam, or a sudden market drop can send people spiraling. The Stoics knew that emotional reactivity weakens the mind and clouds judgment. Seneca wrote, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." Modern psychology frames this as emotional regulation. Those who control responses instead of impulses, maintain clarity, build influence, and reduce stress. Instead of reacting, pause, observe your emotions. Ask, is this under my control? Is my reaction useful? Mastering this principle leads seamlessly to the next, the art of stillness in the storm. Principle 9. Practice stillness. In chaos, stillness is a weapon. Not stagnation, but a deliberate pause to observe, breathe, and think clearly. Zen and Stoicism converge here. Zen teaches Zazen, sitting meditation to witness the mind without attachment. The Stoics practiced morning reflection and evening journaling, creating the same calm internally. Modern neuroscience confirms the benefits of quieting the mind. It improves focus, reduces stress hormones, and strengthens decision-making. When you practice stillness, you no longer react automatically. You respond intentionally. You act with surgical precision, no matter what life throws at you. This mastery of calm sets the stage for the final 3 principles, where flow becomes effortless and life feels aligned with your purpose. Principle 10. Trust time. One of the most profound lessons of Stoicism is patience. Life unfolds on its own schedule, not ours. Trying to rush events often leads to mistakes, anxiety, and regret. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Time is a river, a relentless current. Resist it, and you struggle. Flow with it, and you navigate life with skill." Modern psychology supports this through the concept of delayed gratification. People who master patience consistently make better decisions, handle stress more effectively, and achieve long-term goals without burning out. Trust that your actions, when aligned with virtue and clarity, compound over time. Stop forcing results and watch how progress emerges naturally. Principle 11. Align with nature. The Stoics believed humans are part of a larger order. Nature moves with balance and reason, and resisting it leads to suffering. Zen philosophy echoes this. The river doesn't fight the rocks, it flows around them. When life feels chaotic, markets crash, wars erupt, relationships falter, alignment is your anchor. Observe patterns, accept your place, and act with wisdom, not panic. This principle cultivates a quiet confidence. You stop battling reality and start navigating it with purpose. Principle 12. Release the illusion of control. Finally, the ultimate Stoic discipline. Accept that you can never control everything. Fear, anxiety, and frustration often arise from the illusion that life must follow your plans. Epictetus said, "Don't demand that events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and you will go on well." Modern psychology calls this radical acceptance, embracing reality without resistance. It reduces stress, increases resilience, and creates a sense of freedom few people experience. When you internalize this principle, you reach the pinnacle of Stoic calm. Life moves, storms arise, and chaos exists. But your mind remains steady. Your actions become deliberate, your presence unshakable. And that is the essence of letting life flow naturally while living with Stoic mastery. As the sun sets over the river, imagine Diogenes sitting in his barrel again. The water glows gold, the reeds sway gently, and the world continues its endless motion. He owns nothing, yet he has everything. calm, clarity, and freedom. By practicing these 12 Stoic principles, you too can cultivate that same inner flow. Life will continue to bring challenges, uncertainty in markets, global tension, personal trials, but your mind will no longer be a hostage to them. Every principle we explored, from stopping the need to force outcomes, mastering what you control, simplifying desires, slowing the mind, detaching from validation, accepting uncertainty, practicing stillness, trusting time, aligning with nature, to releasing the illusion of control, all leads to one ultimate truth. Peace is found not in circumstances, but in the mastery of your own mind. You've stayed this far, and that says something. Most people would have scrolled past by now, distracted by the endless noise of the world. You are different. You are committed. You are among the rare ones willing to learn how to remain steady while the world wavers. If this video has given you value, clarity, or insight, like, share, and subscribe. Become part of a community dedicated to calm, focus, and deliberate action. And remember, mastery over life is not a gift of fate. It is a discipline you cultivate each day, in each thought, each choice, each breath. Flow with life, master your mind, and live with a calm so deep it becomes a quiet force in the world. Welcome to the Calmers community.